Alrighty, so trade recap today. I did post my live trading earlier, um, but the recaps are always quicker, simpler, and you get to see me at the close, and not in the morning, which I'm a little irrational in the morning. If you've watched those videos, you can probably tell, but at the close, you can see me compose. Oh, a little bit more composed and a little bit more rational. So immediately off the bat, I will say is we had this little intraday shakeout, and immediately my entire feed turned bearish. I'm not really surprised. I saw tweets saying people, I'm cash, the market's not doing anything right, the market's not acting right, this, that, and the other. And we closed flat. So they were slightly up on the day. So, that's 2 days in a row where the market's going up and people are getting bearish. Well, one, we had a gap up today, an all-time high gap up. These usually do fade. So, yeah, I don't think anything's wrong. If I'm looking at my dude, I think Twitter, like every day that I use Twitter, I genuinely I'm starting to just think is this even useful? I'm starting to question Twitter's usefulness. Just specifically in this era, I felt like it used to have a lot more value, but it's just not useful anymore. I don't see good setups on there really. All the setups I find, I just find by myself at this point. You have people say there isn't setups, or they have trash setups. And admittedly, I might have some trash setups too. I'm not perfect. I'm trying to get better and improve. But I don't think Twitter actually helps me at all improve. You have people obsessed with TEM, which isn't a very good momentum stock. You have people talking about Tesla. This thing's been in a range since May. It hasn't had momentum since April, May. I traded it back here. I haven't touched it since. And it hasn't done anything. It's just in a range. But you have people trying to buy every little pivot in this range. You're just going to get chopped up. Wait till it has some established momentum, right? That would be my rationale thinking at this point. But Twitter, that's not the case. So I'm starting to really question, is Twitter even valuable for me? I should probably just get off of it more often. But I am somewhat addicted to scrolling and looking at it. So now I will say on the breadth end of things, the RSP did threaten to lose to 20, but we came back up. Now, how do we roll over? That's something to be aware of. The IWM, it held yesterday's low. The IWM isn't doing anything wrong here, right? Maybe it's a little weak. It's not acting strong off the breakout, but it's not doing anything necessarily wrong. When I look at individual stock action today, when I came in today with a couple setups in mind. I'll show you what I bought. I'll start with my losses. So I did buy AEHR, which I already had from way over here, but so my average is fucked up. Don't pay attention to my average because it's not correct. But I did try this today. I took a $70 loss on it. But when I look at this setup, is this a 5-star setup? No. Does this have any clean trading history? No. It's been choppy pretty much its entire cycle, or since I can see it, right? So was it a good setup to begin with? A high probability setup? I don't think so. I don't think it was. I think it was a very mediocre setup. So I don't really care that this failed, and I only risked 0.10% of my portfolio on it because I didn't have much faith in it anyways. So I did get stopped on this. I bought I did try to do a stupid buy. I also messed up my average in UUU. My average is not accurate. The 1188 is my true average. I did try to buy this just on a dip buy to try to get more size. I don't really know what I was doing there. Just kind of being stupid. But again, I risked 0.10% of my portfolio. So the loss is nothing. All right, I barely lost anything. So I took UU loss, I took AEHR loss, and I did take a loss in Ethereum. This was 0.25% of my account. But now, would I consider this a great setup? I wouldn't. Is it a setup? Sure. Is it a high probability setup? I don't think so. You had 2 thin candles, but the price closed under the 10 and 20, right? You're just trying to cheat the setup. Does it have momentum? Yes. Is it linear? Yes. Is it above rising moving averages? No. Has it, made a move up and then gone sideways? No, not really, because I wouldn't count this now. Is it forming higher lows? Yes. But this isn't a setup I'm going to go put all my chips in for, right? This is maybe you have 2 8s in poker, right? This isn't a amazing setup. It's a C setup, C or B setup, 3 stars, 3-star setup. It's nothing crazy. So I risked 0.25% of my capital because I did think the risk reward was there, and it failed, which is fine. And then lastly, I bought Reddit, which I thought this was a good setup. I thought this was a very solid setup. Is it 5 stars? I don't believe so. You had a linear momentum move up. You had sideways. You had a bunch of fake moves to the upside. And then finally you got today a clean breakout. And if it holds, it was a good setup. I would say probably 3.5, 4 stars. I think 3.5, 4 stars is a fair rating for this because it did have linear momentum price action and it did work. And it doesn't matter if the setup doesn't work because I moved my stop to break even, right? So, and this was my biggest risk trade. This was 0.5%, and or just a little bit less. I think it was 0.4%. But it worked. This was the best setup, and it worked. So. And it worked with QQQ only at 0.3% today, right? So are stocks working if you're picking the right stocks? Yeah, they are. So far. I still have my Cypher. I'm up $2,000 in the stock. I still have my UUU. I'm up $200. Those numbers might be fucked up because, again, I averaged up. But I only lost $50 on the average up. But... still have that. I still have my Wolf. I'm up $700. This made new highs today. I still have my Iron. I'm up $1,200. This made new highs today. It's at an all-time high. And then I have my AHR, which made new highs today. It didn't do anything wrong. So that's where I'm at in terms of that. You have Bitcoin reclaiming the 20. So is the market doing anything wrong here? In my eyes, when I'm looking at individual action, I say no. Not yet. Not yet. The 10's above the 20? Not yet. I think it looks fine as of now. If you start to lose these lows now, maybe it is acting bad. But it doesn't matter. Who fucking cares about the indexes, bro? It's about the individual stocks. The individual stocks, in my eyes, are acting fine. Are there setups? I think there are. So my focus list, I have METC. Now, this was a breakout that squatted. It actually did hold my average. I got worked out by a cent. But it's now squatted this all-time high breakout. And on low volume, basically an inside candle. Not quite, but this 2650 level clearly is important. And I do think this is buyable tomorrow through this. And I think I would risk my capital on this. I think it looks decent. I don't think it looks bad. You have a clean little flag at all-time highs, and it's strong. It closed up 2% on the day, despite having flat indexes or where the IWM was down. So I think above 2650. I think with the low volume today and how it has acted, it is linear. Linear move up, linear pullback, linear move up, linear pullback, linear move up. Tightness, move up, squat, and we'll see which way we go now. If we lose these higher lows, then I'm not as interested anymore. But so far, it's acted fine. Above 2650, I would definitely give it another shot, and I think it deserves that. So that is one of my top watches for tomorrow. I have Run as well. This made a nice momentum move up. 2 days, it made a 64% move up. Now, my issue with this is it was only 2 days, right? And it's kind of chopped around. You do have a linear move up back here. You have a linear move up right here. And then it chopped right here. But here's the benefit of the doubt I'm giving it, is it's forming higher lows. So is it doing anything wrong? No. The answer is no. And then you have this kind of flat pivot. It's a breakout. It tried to break out. It squatted. And it never really tightened up. So I don't really care that it tried to break out because the breakouts are supposed to be tight. Now it's tight. You know, it wasn't that tight right here. I guess maybe on the 5th of September, sure, maybe, I guess. But now it's really tight. So I want to give it the benefit of the doubt because it is forming higher lows. It did have a thin candle. It was up 1% despite indexes being down today. And so if it takes out the high of the inside day or 1973, I would buy it. For sure I'd buy it. I think as long as these higher lows hold, I think it's a great setup. A fantastic setup. The volume is dead, right? It's low volume. 6.95. The lowest in quite some time. Besides these 2 days maybe. But very low volume. It's dead. It's quiet. And now it's its chance to, break out. It's, solar. Yeah, I think it looks good. So this had momentum, and then it never gave a real true flag down here. You had a inside week to buy off of, which is what I bought off of. But now you actually have your real inside candle at highs. And if it does take out the high of this inside day, 1325, I would totally buy more, right? You had a 52-week high breakout, and then you pulled back, maybe a retest, you could call it. You retested this level right here, and if you go back through, I would expect momentum to pick up because it made 2 linear moves up already. Why would it not make a third? When I go back and look at a bigger time frame chart, okay, so it already cleared all of the major resistance. So this thing has cleared major resistance, and there's no reason to not give this stock the benefit of the doubt at this point. So yeah, over this 1325 level, I'm open to longing it. It's a little bit extended from the 10. I think there's an argument for it, but I think it's worth the risk. And if it gets momentum, you don't know how high this is going to go. It's a 980R. This can go to $17. The pullback volume was lighter than the buy volume. I don't see a problem with it right now. Not the strongest day, but it's tight. So if it does get back above these highs, today's high, I'm interested in a long. ONDS, I've been stalking this one for quite some fucking time. And finally, they dropped an offering on the 9th of September. It got soaked up. It tried to make a push higher today. Came back down. But it's just riding this 10 moving average. You have sort of this tight candle, but you have this little flag pattern, as you can see, and then these higher lows. And so, if it takes out today's high, I would long it because I would expect momentum to continue because of how strong this thing has been. I'd prefer maybe a little bit more sideways. I wouldn't mind. But if it does go tomorrow, I would definitely take it because I haven't been able to get into this thing at all this entire run. But tomorrow, if it does go, I would take it. So, interested in that. I'm not too sure about this one. When I look at this one, when I'm looking at a stock, I'm thinking, did it make a linear momentum move up? Well, technically this did, right? It made a 34% move up in about 3, 4, 5, 6 sessions. So 6 sessions, it made a linear move up. It had momentum, and then it pulled back pretty violently. It lost to 20, but then it reclaimed, and now it's put in a inside day. The volume isn't that dead. This sell volume, a little bit off-putting, but it was a big wick day. So that maybe there's something to account for that. Yeah, would I trade it? I don't know. The level is pretty clear. It's a pretty clean level. But I don't know. There's something I don't love about it, but it's not bad. I think maybe it's worth it. Maybe if we can get a tight stop on it, I'll give it a shot. If it's a wide stop, I'll just throw it in the garbage. But if I can get a tight stop on it, I'd consider taking it. Maybe 3% or less, and I would take it. That's pretty much all I got. I'm stalking this VSAT. I think one more tight day and it's going to be perfect. This PL could be delayed EP reaction above today's high. I'm not too interested, to be honest, because this thing has never really trended. It's just been choppy. So we'll see. Yeah, that's all I got, though. And that's all I got. So I don't think the market has done anything wrong.